Hey there, YouTubers, me again. As you can see, I'm not in the optimal condition, but sometimes necessity outweighs common sense, if you will. As disabled as I may be, we messed up our Bush Hog. My wife was driving it, and I had a chain setting on the back of the Bush Hog, and it fell through the access hole for the blades and jammed up the whole blade system. So today we are going to get the stump jumper, which is that big disc in the middle that the blades hook to. They call it a stump jumper. I think there's a technical name for it, but I'm an old redneck hillbilly, so it's a stump jumper to me. And I'm not sure what the proper name is. Maybe I'll Google it and put it in the, in the description. But we're going to get the stump jumper off. And I did look into buying a puller for it, because obviously that's the right way. And this puller is about 170 bucks. And yeah. And right now I'm out of work because of this. And I'm on temporary disability, which allows very little money, like 60% of your normal pay. So we're going to try to do it on the cheap, which is kind of how I do everything anyway. So I'm going to stop talking now. We are going to get this Bush Hog flipped up where we can access the stump jumper. I've already had the nut loosened. We did that while it was just kind of sitting like it is now. My wife crawled up underneath there, but we're going to go ahead and flip it up on end with the tractor and try to where I can access it, because I can't kneel down, obviously. So we're going to try to get it. So a crippled guy can get a stump jumper off, so can you. We're going to try it on the cheap. If I can't get it off the way I'm going to try the first time, I'm going to try to make a tool the second time and see if we can do it that way. So stay tuned and see which way works best. If the first way works, great. Then we're done. If it doesn't, then we're going to go a little bit more technical. And either way, we're probably not going to buy a $170 tool. Although the $170 tool would also work on brake drums and stuff for other jobs. So you can never have too many tools. So if you want to spend the money, it's a 20-inch. I believe it's a 20-inch 2-arm puller. But if money is like an option, not an option for you, or like me at the moment, just hang out. We'll get her done this way, the hillbilly way. I'm going to spray this thing down with penetrating oil. Now I did test it to make sure it isn't going to fall on me, because obviously I can't move very quickly, and this would be catastrophic if that fell on me. So make sure your setup is safe. It's looking pretty sturdy to me, although maybe I should take a safety measure. Not a bad idea. I'm glad you thought of it. Let me get something to prop this just in case. Let me see what I can find. We're gonna prop this up just in case something lets go. I've got a drive shaft for safety, so hopefully if that starts to go, it'll stop it from landing on me. And then I'm gonna take this wedge. I'm gonna use the smaller one here, because I've got a piece of chain wedged right here. And so I'm thinking I can get between the chain and the stump jumper. Now I've got the nut on there a few turns, and that way if it starts to come off, it's not going to fall on my feet. So that's kind of the plan. You always want to pry where the blades are, because there's a support that goes on either side of these blades. So side, which because of this drive shaft isn't going to be easy. It sure would be a lot easier if I had two good legs. I'm going to put a little bit of Earl between these wedges and the jumper so that they'll go nice and nice, and maybe a little bit more here. Get it to pop off. It's going to be scary when it comes off, especially for me, because I don't have a whole lot of speed and agility right now, so I'm a little bit nervous, but it is what it is. Okay, that one, unfortunately, is starting to run out of ability to go anywhere. Getting up underneath a piece of chain too. So let's hit it a few times in the middle just to loosen things up. Actually, we may want to try a little heat. Might not be a bad idea either. This one about maxed out. We're gonna crank up a little Burns-O-Matic. This torch is really old. It probably should be retired.
Ba-da-ba-ba
wedges were a fail. So now I've got a new idea on how to make this happen. I'm going to put this across here, and we're going to use the nut in the center to pull this off, if I can get my lovely assistant to actually show up for work. Hold on. Just crank that baby down on there. Got a long way to go. Oh, actually, I gotta go here. You actually got to be inside that pipe. There you go. That's going to be a problem.
Why is it moving?
Okay, you're because that's at an angle. The blade's at an angle. I either got to come out here. I need a longer piece of steel, or we got to. Because of the angle of this stupid blade, that's the problem. Kind of need to be out here.
Which? It's going to be right here.
Which means I need a longer piece of metal. Yeah. I need a longer piece. Okay, when I put this piece in, I've got it C-clamped to the blades. The blades, because of the way they have like an S-curve to them, I had to get a longer piece of steel. So I'm going to use this big piece of channel, but that puts a 1 inch or so gap between the nut, the spindle nut. Oh, by the way, I turned the spindle nut backwards so that the back of the nut is this way and the crown is that way. And I'm going to stick this just chunk of aluminum in between. Oh, and it barely fits. Oh, it doesn't fit. Does it fit? Oh, it barely fits. That's perfect. All right. So I'm going to slide that in there. Somebody hand me that big wrench, please.
Which one? This red one?
No, the big wrench. That's a, well, I guess it's still a wrench, but it's...
Yeah, that's a wrench.
It's a pipe wrench. All right. So I'm going to tap this so it's centralized.
There's no banging to it.
I lied. All right. Now I'm just going to use the spindle nut to push out on this and hope and pray, since we failed on the wedges, which are still in there. I'm figuring when they fall out, we're succeeding. So I've got this up against here, and we're going to use this like a press. This is the only other way I can think of to do this without actually making some sort of tool. So I'm just going to start turning this nut, which seems to be going rather easy, strangely enough.
Are you tightening it?
Are you questioning my greatness, my love?
I thought the other way is to loosen.
Oddly enough, I don't know if this is just flexing. I'm not really sure exactly, but right now I'm not feeling any. Okay, it's just starting to tighten now. I get it. Oh no.
It's going down.
Yeah.
What is that?
The blades are moving, so I don't know if that's a... I don't know if that's...
Let's see my arm.
I don't know what's going on just yet. Maybe they're just evening out. This is far too easy though, unfortunately. If it's working, then it's... I don't think it is yet so far. We're gonna keep going.
I bet you if I put it out there for sale, the John Deere $800, somebody would come buy it.
I'm not feeling a lot of resistance. I expected to be putting holes on this and everything, but I don't think it's doing anything just yet. I don't believe it is. So we're just gonna keep on keeping on.
seat cover for your chair?
Online.
Just buy it local.
I do apologize. The climax of the whole video of the stump jumper coming loose and all that, the GoPro shut off. Battery died. Man, camera batteries. Eesh. I've got 2 cameras. I guess maybe I should just put them both on, that way if one dies, I don't miss my footage. But anyway, the camera died, but we got the job done. That's the important thing. You saw how I did it. Okay, we tried one way. The mosquitoes are eating me. Tried one way and it didn't work. Well, you could probably continue to try that way if you wanted to. But, you know, the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And I tried that for quite a while with those wedges, and that may have worked over time if I beat on it long enough. I said, let's try something different. So we went with the bar across the 2 blades, and as you can see, she's turning now. So that was the final way that we were able to do the job. Now, there is another way to do it. If that didn't work, I had another plan. And what I will do is I'm just going to basically, there's a tool you can buy that hopefully that tool would work on its own. So I'll include that tool. Like, I think I saw it on Amazon or one of those internet sites, and I'll go ahead and include that in the video as well, so that if neither one of these work for you, then you can go ahead and try buying a puller. But the puller was like 180, 160, like 169 with shipping, which, so it's probably gonna be close to $200. That's a lot of money just to get off a stump jumper, because you can buy a whole brand new stump jumper for a couple $100, I think. I've seen some for 600, so if you have a Bush Hog, I guess it's pretty expensive. But I've seen, like, there's some from, you know, across the way, shall we say. We'll just say not the best of quality, but it's you know, how much quality you need. So, you know, you can get them from anywhere from like $150, $60, whatever, to, you know, $600 or $700, depending on, you know, where you buy it, or if you buy it, you know, wherever. Anyhow, I do want to make one comment on putting your new one on or putting yours back on. Before you put it back on, I highly recommend you put anti-seize. It's like a silver colored, I don't know if you've ever used anti-seize, but if you haven't, get a tube. It's not that expensive, you know, $4, $5, $6 maybe. And you get a little bit and you put it on the splines before you slide your stump jumper back on. That way, if you ever have to take it off again, you ain't gotta go through all of this. So I did want to kind of do the whole video where we put the Bush Hog back on the ground, hook it back up to the tractor and all of that. But as you can see, I'm not in the best of shape, and I have to have my wife help me. And I didn't really want to delay this video. We kept getting rained on. In fact, it's probably going to rain here shortly. And I just did not want to delay the video any longer, since I am, you know, kind of stuck on the couch watching YouTube a lot. And this is one of the few jobs I was able to do because I had my wife's help. And this was a necessity. We need this Bush Hog to get our fields cut back down, because our horses, they get what they call scratches. It's from walking through tall grass all the time, and it, you know, it scratches them. So then they get a little, you know, they get like rashes and stuff. So we don't want that to happen, so we do need to get our field Bush Hog. So this was a necessity. So unfortunately for me, sitting on the couch isn't going to get that done, and no matter how much pain, how much aggravation, or how incapacitated or disabled I am at the moment, it has to be done. So sometimes life goes on even if you're injured. It's what it is, right? And besides, I had a little fun doing it because it's boring as heck sitting around in the house waiting for my leg to heal. And hopefully, maybe next week, I can get this stupid brace off. Probably not. I'm hoping. But anyhow, I wanted to get this video out. I hope you all appreciate, you know, in spite of the fact that there was no climax, of actually watching it come off and all that wonderful stuff that is what everybody watches videos for. But this video is more towards how to do it. And I've given you 2 options, 2 ways to try. And if that doesn't work, like I said, I will include the puller, how to find the puller, and hopefully that will help you. Unfortunately, I'm not going to go ahead and show you how it's getting this all back down and hooked up and all that good stuff. I apologize for that. Apologize for the GoPro dying at the worst possible moment. But not the GoPro's fault, just the battery was, you know, battery was used. I mean, I used all the battery in the video. Did not have a backup camera at the moment, so I do apologize. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Watch my other videos, because this is obviously not going to be my best video. Again, because just I'm not at 100%. But so don't judge all my videos by this one. But I do appreciate you watching. Please subscribe. Hit the like button if you don't mind, and hype it. Right? I don't even know what that means, but I heard it helps somehow. Hyping is good. Tell your friends. Appreciate it. See ya.